You are watching a master at work.
Alright guys, so today I'm going to take apart LS 862 heads. I got a tool off of Amazon. If you guys want, it is this Lyle 16560 valve spring compressor for GMLS. It's pretty simple, cheap and effective. You don't have to spend a bunch of money like some of those other ones that are like 60 bucks or 100 bucks or whatever. But I'm going to take the valves and the springs, the retainers, all that stuff off and get ready to clean this. I'm not taking it to the machine shop, I'm gonna do it myself. This is the driver's side head. I'm gonna do each one. So I don't know if you guys watched Richard Holdener's recent video, but it's something he calls a razor blade rebuild, which I believe in. And it's a stock, you know, pretty much stock rotating assembly. It is. It's just new bearings basically. So I'm not worried about the heads. You know, all this stuff on here is literally just clean as it is from just me degreasing it. So the chambers, I can put a solvent in there and get all that clean, and then obviously brush the valves with the wire wheel. You know, keep it simple and cheap and effective so I can afford to get some progress done on this without spending all kinds of money that I don't have. So yeah, we're gonna get these valves out and I'll do a time lapse of that. Alright, so what I'm doing here is I'm going to take the valve springs and the keepers off with this little tool I bought. I actually have to grab some magnet to get those out of there. I'm going to take this magnet, I'm going to get the keepers out once I can press this down. And this tool is a half. The actual tool of it, so it's pretty simple. You just kind of, this rod is an Allen head bolt, and you just do that. You can press it with itself. It's actually a pretty foolproof tool, honestly. Like it, you know, looks really simple. Obviously, it's time consuming. Some people don't like that, but whatever. So there you go. You can see the two keepers actually come off. Pretty simple. And what I'm doing is I'm using a plastic bag, sandwich bag, to put these into and label, so I don't have to worry about losing them. It's like super simple. Obviously you can hear the valve spring compressing and the valve shutting, stuff like that. You know, it's pretty straightforward. You just want to be careful taking this off because the spring will have pressure, obviously. Just want to be super careful here. So they give you some washers, kind of space it out, but as you can see, we got our little dude here. Get a little bit more of a view here on the actual valve setup here so I can show you what's really going on. But yeah, so you see how all of that is there, that little stand. So you got your retainer here on top of the valve. I think the factory ones are steel. Then you got your valve spring. Then you got your stem seal. So obviously these feel pretty worn. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take this guy, see if I can just kind of push this valve out with my hand, like so. Okay, cool. What I'm doing is I marked it on this little box in front of me, and I'm just going to label it. Obviously intake is bigger than exhaust, pretty simple. It's really easy to do it this way so you don't mix stuff up. And that is that. I think this will actually be able to come off with a set of pliers. Let me see. We got a set of pliers here. Let's see if I can pull this valve stem seal off, because it is hard as a rock. There you go. So there's that. Your little seal guy. So that's how they come off. I think that's a seat with the actual stem seal built into it. So I don't know, I'm just going to keep them all in one little box. So let's get this guy going. Alright, so as you can see, I got all the valve springs and valves out. Labeled them and stuck them in there. Can't really see them, but some of them are pretty freaking dirty, man, so I'm going to have to wire wheel these guys on a bench wheel. And then obviously clean up the head somehow with like brake cleaner or something. I'll do some research on that, what's a good cleaning. Or maybe just talk to the machine shop, who knows. I'm just trying to save money, so I'll have to get these valve keepers, or not the keepers, the seats and the stem seals off. I got one of them off with the little flathead, but we'll see. So far so good. So you saw this head, I'm going to do the other one real quick and I'll be back with you. Alright, so what I did is I took the valve stem seals out. Basically you just gotta get some kind of pressure. I like to use this little guy and kind of wiggle them on the base. And to put them in, you would just press with the actual spring seat, like seating the spring basically. So on this one today, I'm going to try and razor blade the deck surface here and see if I can get it to clean up a little bit. I've heard different people say different things, like don't use razor blades, use plastic ones if you're going to use one. You know, this and that and that. But I don't really think it's going to be an issue, so we'll just, you know, kind of play it by ear here. I'm just going to be as soft as possible with the deck. Alright, so as you can see, I just razor bladed a little quick, you know, 5-10 minutes of razor blading with this brand new razor blade. Looks pretty good. I mean, I've never done this, and I'm like a by the book kind of person, and I know people get away with doing stuff that's not by the book, but this razor blade rebuild thing is looking like it might work. I'm gonna Scotch-Brite the chambers, and also probably just dunk this head in like a plastic bin full of Simple Green or something to get all the carbon and all that out. But I'll do some research online and see what people do. But this is one of the heads, so I just gotta basically clean this all up, you know, and then get some lapping compound and Okay, so I finished up the passenger side head with the razor blade rebuild thing here. It's okay. I mean, like I said, I'm gonna probably dip these whole things in plastic buckets full of like Simple Green or something, but got all the valves out, labeled them, got all the old springs and seals and stuff out, so all these are labeled and stuck in there. I got the other head over here. So I'm gonna go get some more brake cleaner because I'm out of these, and some valve lapping compound, lap the valves, clean the heads, dry them, clean them out, then we'd be on to the the new ordering parts process, valve stem seal, springs, spring seats, retainers, all that new stuff. So it's gonna be a long thing, but hopefully we get money soon enough to get everything done. I'm gonna call the machine shop about the block, just have it hot tanked, honed, and new cam bearings put in. But yeah, so far the head stuff is done right now. Oh, I also need to get a Scotch-Brite to clean the chambers, but I'm gonna dip the heads in 2 plastic bins full of solution cleaner and see if that gets most of the carbon off. But if not, do some elbow grease. But yeah, this is just a monotonous process. It takes a lot of time and attention to detail and cleanliness and stuff, but it's even more cleanliness required when you're putting stuff back together. So this isn't like the ideal method for putting something together, but I'm taking it apart and cleaning it, so it's fine. So yeah. Alright, so yesterday I got some simple green, or sorry, mean green, and some tubs from Walmart, and I put the heads in them. Oh, it was little. It's alright. It might work a little bit, but we'll see. I'll have to clean it off. It's got some brake clean and then a Scotch-Brite pad. But this is the stuff. So I diluted it obviously with water, but I'm gonna put them in the driveway and clean these heads off. Alright, so after like an hour or so of elbow grease and brake cleaner, I think I got the heads fairly clean. I mean, they're not perfect obviously, but $12 of brake clean and some elbow grease help. One of the things I am worried about is getting every little piece of carbon and, you know, grime and whatever out of the heads. So I don't know what to do. I've just been kind of wiping it up, but obviously you can see there's little crevices and stuff. Some people say use a dishwasher, but alright, so I'm going to start lapping the passenger side head. Basically I just have the exhaust valve and I have my valve organized. I'm going to put compound on it. And I'm using this fine Versachem fine grade compound here. Put a little bit on the valve here. Just the seat basically. We'll do that. Kind of smear it around. Make sure you wear gloves so you don't make a mess. So what I'm actually going to do is what Richard Holdener does, which is probably pretty stupid by some people, but use the drill bit to chuck to the actual valve. So I'm just going to take this valve, push it back through, and then just chuck it basically. I'll show you guys exactly like how that works. I'll kind of scoot you up here. Kind of scoot you up here so you can see what's going on. Basically, you just take the valve and put it in the chuck, like so. Basically, there you go. Your valve is pretty much ghetto lapped. Obviously, this is going to take some time, so make sure that you have everything set up. But yeah, as you can see, pretty good fine edge there. Cleaned up well. You know, nothing amazing, like, but it works. That's pretty cool. So as you can see, let me see if I can get a better look here. As you can see, the valves that I did lap, they look freaking premium. Look at that. Look at that seating surface. It looks pretty freaking good. And here's one that I haven't done. You can see the buildup and the pitting and stuff. The intake's not as bad as the exhaust, but the exhaust is definitely bad. And then when you do them with your little homemade thing, look at it, looks good. So I just did two, just to see what they would look like. I think it would probably be beneficial. See, there's one that I did and one that's not. Look at it. I think it would be beneficial to actually clean the entire valve first and then lap them, because I don't want to lap them and then go with like a little brush, you know, and then blast them and pull metal off or something. So I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to take these and wire wheel them with, not a wire wheel, just like a brush wheel though. But yeah, so it's definitely going to take some time. I appreciate you guys watching. This is definitely the more elbow grease method for sure, but it saves you a lot of money. I think just doing the lapping and cleaning the heads by myself is saving me like 145 bucks. That's including me buying like brake clean and stuff. So you know, it's not like it's like some kind of sophisticated like clean room or like with tools or a bench or anything. I'm actually just doing this in my garage just like any of you can do. So this is the way that would probably be most likely with a lot of the people, especially considering how much stuff is. But if I was to do this again, I would definitely pay to have the machine shop hot tank them and lap them, just because it's time consuming and takes a lot of time. Like I think this is like 3 weeks I've been doing the heads whenever I have free time, you know, if you have a day job. So normal. But like I said, this is kind of part, I think it's part 4 of the LS build, but this is going to be the first part of the heads. So thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment. Tell me what you think.